Hi, my name is Shan, and I'd like to kick a shout out to the Ostomy family, Colostomy Warriors. I'm now part of the Colostomy family, and I've been a part of the Colostomy family since October of 2025. Before I became a part of the Colostomy family, believe it or not, I used to watch the reels of women's having stomas, and I just found it interesting watching those women's. It's one woman I used to love to watch, pregnant and all with her stoma, sit in the middle of the bed and change it. and when I was watching her, I did not know in time that would be me. Sometimes I do believe God will send you piece of your future, but you just don't know it. You don't know that you're looking at it, or you don't know that will soon be you. And it's like with me watching those reels, I knew it was something about those reels, watching those women, because it was very sensitive to me inside, as if my soul was speaking to me, letting me know we'll be heading down that journey soon. But today, again, I now have a stoma, a colostomy bag, and I named my stoma Michael, after the archangel, because I believe what happened to me was every bit of a spiritual attack. And I'm going to tell you why. See, one day I was just a normal woman that went into my primary care doctor office for a visit. I was having real bad cramps when that time of month came for all the women's. Women's have to really go through some things here. And men, you do too. But I'm going to tell you how easy it is for a woman to just get messed up. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something to all the men. You are so lucky you don't have to experience these issues, because these issues keep you from having to have surgery. But for a woman, we have to have ministrations. And the older we get, the more that pain whip us. And I believe, too, the more babies we push out, the more our bodies go through a hard time when that time comes for us monthly. Again, I went to my PCP and told him it was bad on me. Back and just the cramps. Y'all know how I get, women. And in the flow, you know how I get. All my life it's been so controllable, but then all of a sudden it became uncontrollable. I mean, we have kids. We bear them pain of birth, and that pain goes away, but sometimes that monthly pain is worse than childbirth. I'm telling you now, it can hit some women so hard. And guess what? We still got to go to work with that pain. We still got to come home and clean our house and cook for our kids with that pain. We still got to make sure them kids take a bath and get their homework done, whatever, before we can lay down with that pain. Some of us don't want to pop medicine. We want to get the root cause fixed. So I'm going to go back to the story. My PCP referred me to an OBGYN. I go to this OBGYN and I explain everything to him. And this is the year 2022. This is, I say, the beginning of the year. So I see this OBGYN. He sent me to get x-rays and everything. And I'm going to tell you something, y'all. When y'all going to get these x-rays and ultrasounds done, please follow back with that doctor. Follow back up with that doctor. And mention to the doctor yourself what was your results from those x-rays or ultrasounds. Because I believe nowadays they don't even tell you the results no more. You don't even know what's going on with you. Sometimes you need to ask, because you could be hurt in other areas, but by not being that doctor area, he won't even tell you by even looking at the x-rays. So please be careful. Speak up. Ask him about your results. But I didn't know to do that at the time. So after he sent me to get all that done, come back in June of 2022, telling me that, he's seen some things, but it wasn't major for a hysterectomy. So he said I didn't need a hysterectomy. It was a procedure called a uterus ablation. Fairly new. I'd say about 10 years of using. I guess the surgeon's been using that procedure. And he said that it is, 50-50 chance that it might work and it might not work. But at the time, I was not messed up severely to where I needed a hysterectomy. So I went on and allowed the procedure to get done because I'm already in pain and I'm in the specialist hands. Doctors, we look at them like under God. They the ones who could fix us, right? That's what we raised to think, raised to believe. And for some odd reason, we feel like we say when we get in the hands of a doctor. Okay. Months after that procedure was done, I would say a couple months, I noticed things did not change. The flow, pain, cramps. Now it felt like I made myself have that pain every day. I went from having it once a month when the administration came to where now I'm having it without administration. Just hurting all the time. So I'm thinking like, what have I done? I went to the doctor to get help with the pain, not become permanent. Fast forward. So I called after a couple months of having that procedure done, and it's hard to get to the doctors nowadays. You're going to always talk to the APRN or the head nurse. And the nurse explained to me that, we'll send pain pills in, but I was trying to let her know something was wrong because we know our body, men and women, we know our body. But instead, she did not want to listen to me. She thought I was some pill taker. Everybody is not on pills or like to take pills. Some people be hurting, they be hurting. So she immediately explained to me how, he's not going to, keep refilling medicine. So after they prescribed me the first set of medicine, I called back when that was gone and told her I still had pain. That's when she broke down to me, he's not giving me any more medicine. So I'm like, huh? So I'm supposed to be left out here feeling like menstruation pain every day. I'll let you know how we feel, y'all. So I'm supposed to just be out here like, what I'm supposed to do? Because first it was just once a month that was bad. But now I have it every day. And you mean to tell me I'm out here to fend for myself? What is going on in this world? So she said that the procedure needed to take at least 6 months anyway to see the results. So by me being freshly new in like 2 or 3 months afterwards, I still had to give it time. So me, in school, they don't teach us about doctors and nurses in terms like that, what we need to know. So this is my first time going through it. So I listened to her. I said, okay, yes, ma'am. And I shouldn't have, because my body was telling me something is wrong. But I let that nurse convince me into waiting more months until it hit the 6-month mark to wait and see. Oh, you're going to spot a little bit and et cetera. Just wait. You'll see results after 6 months. So I went on back out to work, pain and all. I'm really messed up now. And see, at the time, I didn't know that it was a failed procedure. I didn't know that. And not only that, I didn't know that it knocked me into prolapsing. Yeah, I had prolapsed to stage 3, as if I was going to push my uterus out, as if I was having a baby, because that's where it was at. It fell out of me. But I'm going to bag back up. Again, I went back out there and went to work, thinking that I got to wait 6 months. Okay. So now, the next year passed, and it's August. So, major flow at work one day. So I'm like, this ain't right. I left work. Called the office, tried to get in back to him because I let you just operate on me. You did that uterus ablation last year in July. So let's see what's going on, sir, because something could have been wrong from that surgery. Well, at the time, my job insurance wasn't the best. So I thought that it was active and covered. Well, when I got to his office, my insurance was not active. So I just still tried to plead the fifth, cry out for help because you did an operation prior, and I did call months later saying something was wrong. I did try to notify y'all, but y'all didn't want to bring me in. So now something is wrong. Could you just get me in there and bill me later? Because something is wrong. Something down here, something wrong. Do y'all know they would not let me see the doctor? Even with it being a severe emergency, I still couldn't see the doctor. So what I had to do eventually was quit my job, and I was working in human resource and compliance. Had a nice house taking care of me and my children. My daughter was on a basketball team, getting ready to graduate high school a few grades later. I was doing real good because I called myself breaking a generational curse. So I had stepped away from the family to try to better my bloodline because I didn't want to be wrapped up into the trauma of our bloodline we all was raised in. So I tried to be the one to step loose and break this. So all that mattered to me right into where I'm at today. because when I got on my feet and got to doing good for myself, I didn't need help from nobody. I was able to be at home with my kids, and I was able to make it. The check I was making, it was enough to take care of our life. But back to the story. I had to quit my job. I had to go and get some insurance so I can get into this doctor. Went to the local DHS office and applied for Medicaid. So I'm going to fast forward. So I stopped working in August. He didn't get me in to see him until October. Because, they take such a long time when they do give you an appointment. You got to wait 2 or 3 weeks, if not a month. Something is wrong with the system nowadays. I'm telling you. You've been died. I'm telling you, you got to really fight for your life. Or you just left out here to deal with that pain until you can get seen and get the help you need. So I finally got in his office. He sent me to go again, get x-rays and all that good stuff done. Again, when I came back to the return appointment, he did not go over the results with me. But this was Halloween now, October 31st. He wanted to check me, put his glove on, and he couldn't because my uterus was right there poking out, waving at him. So he immediately, oh my gosh, he said, failed ablation. He said, you've been in so much pain. You need to have surgery tomorrow morning, emergency. Be here November the 1st, 7 a.m. Well, it came. I went home, and later on that evening, the phone rang. And it was the doctor's office counseling the surgeon. Even though the time came for me to have this procedure done to get fixed, finally, get this thing hanging out of me, he canceled it. For what reason? I think he said the first time was he had emergency family coming to town. But I feel like the hospital and surgeons always have somebody to bag them that does exactly what they do. Because what if I had a heart attack? What if it was like, so what I'm supposed to do because you had a family issue? Although that was severe. My uterus was hanging out of me, falling out of me. So that means your bladder pulling down, your bowels pulling down. Oh, it's a lot of organs are suffering too, not just that. But he didn't find me that important, so he canceled it. Well, so you know how that works. Now I got to get rescheduled for another surgery date. And like I said again, they make you wait days, weeks, months. So I had to wait almost 2 weeks for my second surgery date. Second surgery date, get here. Guess what? It's like November 14th. They canceled it. This time, he said the hospital was understaffed. So now I'm frustrated because, again, this me out here feeling this pain, not you. You're just able to tell me the words, but you're not hurting. You feel good. Matter of fact, your health is good. And I'm glad that it's good. You continue to take care of yourself. But over here, you did a procedure on me and then knocked me down. And it's like you're not trying to help me. You're not trying to hear me. I wasn't this bad off when I came to you. What did you do to me? You knocked me off my feet, sir. Then you don't even want to see me. Then you canceling surgeries. You're not even going over x-rays with me. You're not even telling me what's wrong with me. None of this. I really, at the time, didn't even know that was prolapse. I didn't even know what prolapse was. It all comes from medical records. But I'm going to get to that. So, that happened. So, finally, after that surgery was canceled, again, you got to wait days, months, weeks to get another appointment. Finally, I got another surgery date, November 29th. It came, and no, I wasn't excited. I was scared because I had already been counseled out to where I couldn't sleep the night before. I just couldn't. I was nervous the day before, just all day and night, because I just knew they were going to call and cancel again. I'm fighting out here. I'm fighting this about it. I'm hurt so bad. So I really didn't get no sleep. But that morning came, I got up, I heard him, got dressed, and rushed to the hospital, hoping that phone didn't ring. Got up in the hospital, got checked in through pre-admission, and got my wristband and everything all good, and sent me up to the floor I'm supposed to be on. And I get up there, get in my room, finna dress out, and here come the phone call, y'all. Phone ringing. Oh, my gosh. Yes, the phone ringing, and guess who it was? Exactly. The doctor's office. And guess what they was calling to do? Exactly. Counsel. Why hadn't I already checked in the hospital? Calling the counsel. So this is like a world, like now I'm in a world that's not even real. I'm in a whole nother world at this point. Like, something is off. What in the world is going on? So how could you be happy? How could you be nice? How could you be sane? Now at this point, my anxiety high. I'm sad. I feel sorry for myself. I feel hopeless. I know I'm getting done wrong, and I felt that getting done wrong treatment, but it was not a thing I can do about it. Nothing but pray. That's the number one thing I did. I prayed through it. Oh, that's all I had was prayers. All I had. I knew I was getting done wrong, and there wasn't nothing I could do about it at the time. So I had to swallow all of that and keep going the best I know how. Little fight I had left in me, keep going. So instead of me walking out the hospital, I got dressed and walked downstairs, and I started walking toward the parking deck. But it was like a cold, big, giant hand just turned me on around and sent me up front to human resource. Because every place got a human resource department. And when I went up in there, I cried out as soon as I walked through the door and asked them to help me, please. Something's wrong. I explained the situation. They got my insurance card, because this was the third excuse for them canceling the doctor's office. This time said my insurance wouldn't cover the hysterectomy. Everybody know that Medicaid through Department of Human Service or defects, whatever state you is labeled different. Defects at Department of Human Service. We always know whatever, that Medicaid gonna cover everything. That Medicaid gonna cover everything. It cover childbirth and all. Everything. And for you to tell me you didn't want to cover a partial hysterectomy, because that's what you told me I needed now. I now need a partial hysterectomy. Went from not needing one to now I need one. All in less than a year. So, told me I need to call and get Medicaid to cover that and all that and all that. We don't do that as the human people, as the patients. That's what your nurse is for, sir. That's why they went to college, got all that good education. They do that stuff. We don't do that. So, I went to HR and they called my insurance company and confirmed it. It was active and it was ready to cover that. They did not deny nothing. Matter of fact, they didn't even get no paperwork. Yeah. So somebody's slipping at your doctor's office, sir. So instead, they told me to sit down. The lady from HR in the hospital walked up on the floor and came back and told me, come on, Miss Johnson, you should go up for surgery. I was not thinking. I jumped up because at the time, fighting for my life, this thing hurt me, barely can walk. Let's go. I got 2 kids. I got a daughter knocking. At the time, she in 11th grade. I ain't got no time to sleep because she feel that prom coming next year and graduation. That's like WAP and behind WAP. I need to get this money together for prom. I need to get it, turn around and get it back together for graduation. And what if I want to have a little eat out? Like everything I worked hard for her for all my life. I did all good all the way until it's time for her graduation. Senior, all the most important moments is when that doctor knocked me off my feet. I did good the whole life, all the way up to her, my first child, to her very most precious moments. He knocked me off my feet. I aced all kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I aced all of them. It's till she got to that 12th grade. So back to the story. I went up for surgery. I didn't even see the surgeon. He didn't even come and talk to me. At this point, I didn't know if he was pissed off at me or not, because I didn't went to HR after they didn't cancel. So I wasn't thinking. I had nobody with me, none of that. So I went in there and let that surgery get done. And after that surgery, I say the next day, he came in, he seen me. He didn't have much to say. He told me he'll see me at my 2-week follow-up and was out of that room. He didn't tell me nothing about the unconsented procedures he had done on me. Not only did he do a partial hysterectomy, but he did alongside uterosacral ligament suspension, known as a bladder suspension. And he also took some type of tubes out of me. That's a big word I just can't say right now. But I got it all on file. And with that being said, he didn't mention none of that to me. So the only medicine that I was able to get, when you leave the hospital from surgery, the in-home pharmacy inside the hospital, they get you some medicine so you can take home. They fill you up with a prescription to take home. It's the only medicine I ever got. Even when it was time for me to do the 2 weeks follow-up, I went to him and I was explaining to him the pain and the constipation and, everything, everything. He told me he was going to give me some medicine and that he couldn't check me because it was freshly new from the surgery. I still needed to heal. And then he'll check me for months, for my 4 months follow-up. So he told me he would send medicine in, to help me out. So that visit was over with. Needless to say, he dismissed me for good. No, he did not call no medicine in. He had me calling Walgreens, the pharmacy, blowing them up that evening because you got to get them time to fill it. That evening, the next day, and the next day after, the next day after that, calling his doctor office to see what's going on, to see what's going on, to see what's going on. Then I got the picture. Something ain't right. Shan, he mad at you. You went to HR, and even though he been doing you wrong, who are you to have a voice? He don't care about you suffering and missing out on your daughter, all this good stuff. He don't care about you not working right now, trying to get back on your feet and save your HR position. He don't care because he the man. That's all that matters. So what happened was, he dismissed me. Didn't even have me to come back for my 4-month checkup. He didn't even send me a letter saying to find somebody else, or he done with me, or what I did to him for him to dismiss me. I still don't know today what I did, what I done. I did what was right. I did with that big cool hand, that godly hand that stopped me when I was for to walk out after you counseling 3 times. I did what the Spirit told me to do. And if you mad at somebody, you got to be mad at God, because he worked through me to have you, to get that uterus and all my other organs that was pulling, get them back up in place. But it wasn't your job to do all of those procedures on me. It was other specialist positions too to come in. You're supposed to brought them in, and everybody supposed to fix me correctly. But you wanted to take all the credit and do everybody else's job, as you've been doing for a very long time, I believe, sir. And look what you did. You damaged me because you was not properly trained to do those errors. You're supposed to let those specialists done their job. That's what they went to school for. But you want to do everybody's job. You was one of those type of doctors I see. And then you're going to slick do it and not tell nobody you're doing this stuff on their body. Yeah. So after the 4 months came, I realized they're not calling me his doctor's office. I'm not getting a letter about appointment to do my follow-up. I'm hurting severely. Can't constipated so bad. Something ain't right. Bladder just running crazy. Something ain't right. Well, I was sewn up. And the stitches was too deep to where don't nobody want to go behind them and work on me. Nobody. So I'm fighting a day to try to get somebody to fix my pelvic floor area down there where he put them stitches too deep. They can't even tell what even kind of stitches he used. Was they sutures or was it disposable stitches? They don't know. That's how messed up he made me inside my pelvic, you know. He did stuff he wasn't supposed to do, and then he did it wrong. So it looked deformed in there in my pelvic area. I'm going to have to go and get somebody to go behind him and reconstruct it, you know, see if they can get me back right. And today I'm still fighting. And I'm in a colostomy bag because I couldn't poop no more. He blocked all that off, he knocked all my senses off. He got my body attacking itself. You know how when you push the poop and this poop come out? Well, mine was tightening up. It was stopping it from coming out when I pushed. So he knocked me backwards. Instead of me pushing to release, I pushed to tight. So I'm off coordinates, I'm off balance. So my body is not on track no more with itself. And I didn't know that the brain and body, could be on 2 different accords. It's amazing how the human body really works. So today I'm trying my best to, it's like restarting over like a newborn baby. I'm trying my best to teach my body how to lock back in tune with itself and not battle against itself. Because of the mistakes he done, made it go into attack mode. So I'm always locked up in spasms. From bladder to bowels, I'm always spasms. I'm always stressed down there. So, yeah, today I really have to keep myself headstrong. So a lot of mornings I wake up, I do cry because of the pain. And I once had a life. I missed everything about my daughter. So we didn't make the prom. We didn't have the money. We didn't do it. And that surgeon that damaged me, I bet you he be there for his kids' proms. I bet you that. We barely made graduation, but I fought hard. To get her to graduation. And I made it, but I tell you one thing. She started college. And this is the hurtful part, because I can't provide for her. She walking, But at the same time, she learning the values of life. The struggle that will teach her when she get up out of it, not to come back down to it, because you know what it's like. Instead of just having everything so perfect, but she didn't deserve it because she's a very smart girl. She always made A's, B's. She always been on the principal awards, the top of the class. She always. It's just a surgery went bad for me. They knocked all our life down. It wasn't just me, but my kids had to suffer. We went from having nice things to barely having things now. And I guess that's just the way this works. I guess that's just the way it works. But what I haven't lost is my faith. I haven't stopped praying, talking to God, Yahweh. I haven't stopped. He's been with me the whole time. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. At this point, me and my kids, we don't hurt no more about the material things. I think I've talked to them enough and comforted them enough and explained to them enough about the situation to where they understand. With seeing everybody get stuff, seeing others get stuff, by now, they learning how to accept it. I think my daughter, when she was seeing everybody prom pictures and everything, I think that tore her up. But she had her bold face on for me because I already was suffering with my pain and issues. And she didn't want my heart to be broken because she knew if I wouldn't have had all this stuff done to me, I was working in HR, we would have had the best prom, best graduation. I couldn't even do the cookout for graduation like I wanted to. You want to do stuff like that for your firstborn graduate. I got a son, and he's 5 years old, so I got a long time to go before he graduates. And hopefully, I can have them both a moment. He can share his mama with her if I'm able to be on my feet, But I just wanted to share this story with you. Today, I'm in a colostomy bag, and I'm still fighting. And I'm still trying to get my pelvic floor worked on. They want to put me in pelvic floor therapy, but my insurance don't cover it. And not only that, the city that damaged me don't have no services here that I need. So I have to drive an hour away to another town. That's where all the therapists and all the everything I need. I'm telling you, it's like I'm in a dream, because how can I even afford that? How am I in this position, though? Like, I'm paying to fix myself. And it's not right. As hospitals, you should have a policy. Certain things humans have injured or done to them. We can't just do that to ourselves. Certain stuff come from surgeries only. A mistake. And it should be some type of program should compensate them, should take care of them, such as getting physical pelvic floor therapy, biofeed therapy. If you have to even give them a gas card, because y'all damaged us. We need help to get back on our feet so we can go back to work. You're not even helping us do that part. And not only that, we had to lose our jobs because of this pain, especially from a surgery that went bad. That's a cut damaged from inside, or a stitch too deep, a soreness from inside that I can't touch or fix. And I have to feel that pain from inside. It's not like an outside pain that I grew up having, a cut here, a burn mark here. This is pain from the inside, and it's a different feel. It hurts worse. But how am I supposed to work? And not only that, I got to drive an hour away to do pelvic floor therapy, and they want $75 to $125 a session. So to me, it's like a joke out here. It's like a dream. So I can't afford it, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I cannot afford it. Not only that, the visit, and I know I'm going to need more than one visit, because it's been almost 3 years. It's been 3 years now. This procedure was done in November of 2023, and I just been left out here like a mutt. I just been left out here, and I've been researching, studying, reading, getting doctor's appointments. Researching, studying, reading, making doctor's appointments until I can get myself fixed. I had to get the medical records because he didn't do my 4-month checkup, so I had to go find all new sets of doctors, because I guess I pissed him off for one HR. So he just abandoned me with all this mess going on. Didn't even tell me what he did, what to expect, nothing. So I had to go get my medical records, and that's when I learned about I suffered a stage 3 prolapse. And first my uterus shifted before he even let it get that bad. It turned counterclockwise, backwards. It was turning. He knew all that from very first set of X-rays, but he didn't go over nothing with me. So here I am now, left to figure out what's wrong with me on my own. I don't know if it's anybody else. I'm quite sure it's more survivors out here in the world where you just dumped out here and you need to figure out your pain. Figure out what's wrong with you before we get too late. Get so bad to where it's no fixing or no coming back from. And that's what I refused. Because I knew I wasn't right. And then when you start going to these doctors, a lot of them start making you feel like you crazy or something. Because you know your body and you just trying to get it fixed. And all you want them to do is just listen to you. I mean, if you think about it, doctor, who just want to come and get up under a knife or a laparoscopic machine? Who just want to volunteer? Some of them MRIs hurt, especially when you got to put that heat in their stomach. Like, who just want to do this stuff? So think about that. If people coming to y'all with their problems, concerns, please listen. Please. Because a lot of people are afraid of surgeries. I'm not. I just wanted to get fixed. You know, put my life in the doctor's hands, so please just fix me. I've missed out. I've been broken, so I'm so humble now. I'm a new me. I'm a new me today. Being without don't hurt me no more. Being without I just don't have it. I don't have it. And at first, it was something for me to say that. You couldn't get me to say that. But today, I'm broke as a joke. I don't have nothing. My daughter didn't do prom. We barely did graduation. We barely could afford a good outfit, really, for graduation, to be honest, because I got rent and all these bills I'm trying to still maintain. Little savings I had, very low now. There's no program out here for me to even get $100 check a month for being injured, an injured victim from the hospital. I don't have no help at all. I have nothing. But I'm not saying this to have you all to feel sorry for me. I'm saying this to show you my strength. Yahweh, God, that's what I have. And he's been keeping away from me and my kids. He sure has. So I don't worry no more. I let go. I give it to him. If the lights get turned off, they're going to get turned off. That water get turned off, it's going to get turned off. We'll just go next door and ask the neighbor, because we get some help. Because I had it going on. And I couldn't help what happened to me. Because the surgery went bad. You might call it botch surgery. And today, I'm just left out here. So, to all the survivors or to all people who are suffering right now, I'm sharing my story again to show you my strength. Because a lot of people have a lot to complain about. And you hear it in my voice. I've accepted not having nothing no more. But what I haven't accepted is the pain. And I'm still trying to get my body fixed. Take what you got and work with it. They got us thinking that we need so much in this world. But at the end of the day, it still really is a simple world. You don't got to try so hard. And I had to get broken down to be able to tell you this message. It's still a normal life with just getting by. Still a normal life with just getting by. It's time for us to tune into the lands. Learning these animals. Get some animals, vegetables. Because the distraction of entertainment, it's not fair, because we dedicate our work checks. We dedicate our attention to that. We dedicate so much to it, but when it all said and boiled down to it, do these people care for you like you care for them? Some of these doctors, y'all are still good, but some of you playing God, but you ain't doing it for the right reason. And I had to be used to sit one of them down. Ain't no telling how many women and men this surgeon have damaged, secretly operated on, messed these folks up, got these folks thinking like this is what, I don't know, to keep them coming back to you. I don't know why he did that to me. He didn't care about what I had going on. He didn't care about my kids. And it's just honestly how I feel. I can't keep this stuff in no more, how I feel. I just wanted to share with the universe how I feel. I mean, he took everything from me. You know what I really want to know, because I know what you all thinking. Did you file a medical malpractice case? Let me tell you something. That was his problem, money. It's not my problem, the money. Even though my kids, my daughter need to have a prom. Even though my kids missed out on so much, even my son. You know, I ain't took him to the park. He don't even know how to ride a bike yet, because I can't do stuff like that with him right now. I be in so much pain. But I do feel sad because he getting behind and getting behind. But I do know one day we will make it up. It's not about the medical malpractice. It's about him stopping hurting people. And me having a voice to tell my story, to be alive, to be here, to warn the world to be careful with these doctors because they look professional and got a nice smile. Every time they do something to you, every time you send off to get x-rays or ultrasounds done, please get your results back. Please start getting copies of your medical records. It is free. We don't do that. We're not trained and taught the right way. And I'm trying to help you. Because when you get those results back, you'll find out if stuff wrong with you. They just won't tell you about it, whatever the case may be. Some stuff can be nipped right in the bud before letting it grow and escalate to becoming a bigger and badder problem and more pain. Sometimes you just stop stuff right there in the beginning when you find out what's wrong with you. It might be simple to them or whatever the case may be, but you got time enough to get that cleared and not let it grow so they can get paid or you keep coming back and back and back. So I just wanted to share my story. I do. And I have told my story. I did. And I hope you all have a blessed, productive day. I love seeing you all wake up, know your worth, know you're special. And don't be afraid to have a voice. And even when you feel like you're being done wrong, always pray to God because He is the one hearing you. He the one right there beside you. You just can't see Him, but you do have somebody. Somebody do see what's going on with you. Even if you feel you might lose it all, Yahweh right there with you. And I'm out. This is Shan. Take care of yourself.